Warning, warning. Two idiots are reading SCP files over the intercoms. Please cover your ears and listen for further instructions.
Hi, welcome back to Discovering SCP. We are back around the campfire. We have fled from the ruins of our Trinity Towers. Now, Tilted Towers, if you will.
It's
Handwork.
horrifying. How many people did we lose back there that didn't make it to the next loop?
It depends on one considers a person, but I understand the sentiment. Um,
We're on a mission to find the 13th Gregorian General after we got a clue from the comment readings last week.
we have not yet found the general, but we did find this mysterious traveller.
Yes. Hello, person wrapped in cloaks and bandages. Please tell us your name.
You fool. I am the 13th.
Holy shit. It's the 13th of November.
Is this...
I am the 13th Gregorian General Undecember.
Oh my god. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. Wendigo, you were Undecember the whole time?
Yes, I was.
Who
I
could
have
have seen
been in
this
the
one
shadows,
Who knew?
deceiving you all.
It makes sense. The one who designed our very vessels and the tower themselves and its residents. Of course, they would be the strongest.
Who else could it have been?
Oh my goodness. Well, we need your help. December, he's destroyed everything. And perhaps we can find the clues to our salvation in some articles.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, let me go through my papers. Rustle, rustle, rustle. I don't have any paper to hand to make a sound
Crinkle,
effect.
crinkle, crinkle.
Crinkle, crinkle. Can you hear it crinkling? I have counted. I lost one of my arms in the clap, so I can't clap anymore.
Oh, I'll count them for
Oh.
you.
We have one. Please, you have to clap.
I did.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Oh.
Two. Please clap.
Clap.
Two articles.
Wow.
Oh no.
2 articles. I'm so
These are
excited.
the only ones that escaped the Inferno from the
Did-
library.
Did
This should be
Undecember...
enough.
Did Wendigo...
Yes.
Were you able to pick one of these?
Sadly, I could not.
Wow. Even
It's
when we
so-
rely on the kindness of a stranger to save us, he will not listen to recommendations.
I considered them.
Truly, he stays to his ideals until the very end.
Oh, look, he had that one wound on his back.
But yes, before we fucking read, Wendigo, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role in the SCP community and, you know, how you sort of came to be here?
What are you to blame for?
Everything. Hello, I am Wendigo, or also known as Tinks on most other places, and I just do art. SCP art. I'm the main art. Well, what words? I'm one of the main artists. The main artist.
They're
I'm
so
just scaring
terrified of
SCP.
scaring Hamilton into attacking.
Oh,
Hamilton,
the fucking gorilla in the corner.
Hamilton's like, who's the main artist?
Hamilton, save me.
Somehow he also made
Don't
it
worry,
from the loop.
Hamilton is buried in the rubble.
Thank goodness.
Yeah,
He won't get out for another 1,000 years.
I'm the one who designed Darnell and Tanhoney's avatar, did the channel logo, did Hamato and Anomalous's characters as well.
That's right. And you've
Like,
received
basically, any design you see is down to Wendigo.
you've received the rare and most potent role, the final artist,
Yes,
which gives you the ability to bring creation to life.
I am the creator.
Oh my god. Are you God?
Nah, I'm his artist.
That's nice.
He takes all my credit.
Oh. Well,
The textures for grass.
and now I said God, and I got sad because I remembered the car in Havoc Moon. What happened to
What
God? Where
happened
was
to
his? What was his epilogue scene?
He's fine. He drove away with Jerry.
Yeah, much better owner, to be honest. Now he has all the useful modules.
Exactly. He upgraded, like, over the next 3-4 hours, he got, like, 16 upgrades.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, why don't we go ahead and get started?
This is incredible non-linear storytelling.
Tanathy, why don't you take us to the House of Superliminalism and put down that first article?
The first article. This is actually sort of long overdue. This is like probably one of the articles, like, in a normal, like, podcast, they would read, like, in the first 10 episodes or so. We're going to be checking out SCP-049, the
Oh
Plague
my
Doctor.
god. I think
Yes.
I mentioned this one because everyone kept saying this number and you were like, I don't want to read this one. So don't be
Fine.
fooled, readers. He's with
No.
evil.
Like Doctor.
The Plague Doctor, the Plaguey Doctor,
Yes.
Black Doctor.
So Wendigo, obviously as a listener, I know you're familiar with the format, but please don't feel free to cut in at any point with thoughts, reactions.
Don't assume we have any respect for the
Memes.
articles, because we've proven that we don't.
By all means, just make a reference to something that no one else will get to, and that will be perfectly in line with the running of the
Exactly.
show.
There is, like, the viewers. It's not that I don't care about them, I have contempt for them. So I want to make it a difficult listening experience.
We don't have content to those that have served us well, though, who will survive in the world to come, such as Anomalous, Hamilton, Wendigo, of course.
You know, he can say that, but let's be honest. Every viewer, every listener, they're a number on my spreadsheet, and I've got plenty of fucking numbers.
Stop listening to him. To me, you're all stars among the sky, shining brightly, guiding me in the darkness.
Precisely.
What
The stars are far away, and they're cold from this distance.
What is your opinion on the viewers, Wendigo? Go ahead and tell the entire audience your thoughts on them.
Secretly hate you all. I don't want to be here. I want to go
Based?
home.
Based?
They captured me. I want to go home.
You're not allowed to go home until you help us defeat December. I'm
No.
sorry. Let's go ahead and read this article, this classic 049. Now, I will say, I have no outside knowledge of SCPs except what we've written. I don't know the details of this article, but this one has been talked about and is in so much media, I am at least aware that this is a plague doctor.
Yeah, you play any SCP video game, this guy's walking down the hallway.
Yeah. So, like, I know that much coming in, but not really anything else.
So this is a actually rewrite of the original SCP-049. So this is a collaboration by DJ Cactus and Gabriel Jade here.
Who was the second author?
Gabriel Jade.
Gabriel Jade?
Yeah.
Alright, I just want to make sure I got that right. We can't give all the credit to Cactus and Collaboration, so I'm going to refer to this as Gabriel Jade's article on shorthand.
Well, okay. Let's get into it.
Yeah, alright.
You'll notice if you hover over it, the picture, you will zoom in.
Oh! He's getting closer! I thought he was attacking me.
Item number SCP-049. Object class use special containment procedures. SCP-049 is contained within a standard secure humanoid containment cell standard in Research Sector 02 at Site 19. SCP-049 must be sedated before any attempt to transport it. During transport, 049 must be secured within a Class 3 humanoid restriction harness, including a locking collar and extension restraints, and monitored by no fewer than 2 armed guards.
I'm already going to interrupt you because I suddenly had a thought. When you
First time?
emphasized standard Fuck you. When you emphasized standard container, because we always joke about how, like, we take for granted the common SCP tropes, like, oh, standard containment cell, oh, restriction harness, oh, level 3 personnel or whatever. Is there an article or a tale that's, like, just a list of all the, like, standard equipment and, like, terms and classifications of SCP? Like, this is what a standard containment cell looks like. This is what a restriction
I
harness
don't
does.
believe so,
This
because
is
that
what a
sounds really
reality
boring.
anchor does. Fuck you. It's lore.
It really needs to be.
I don't think you would play off as a real article. You would give every item a 1 to 3 sentence description, and it would just be like a fun reference sheet of, like, on-site equipment. Like, what is the standard equipment held? What are yada yada.
Yeah. Well, there are things like that for certain, like, terminologies, like
Yeah, like, I
sites
know
and
the
stuff like that, I
amnestics
think.
have their own, like, I don't think it's an article, but it's
Those
like a
amnestics
page.
are not fucking consistent. Sometimes
Yeah.
A is weak, sometimes it's strong.
Everyone knows Darnell sticks are the strongest amnestics, because I forget everything.
Anyway, while SCP-049 is generally cooperative with most Foundation personnel, outbursts or sudden changes in behaviour have to be met with elevated force. Under no circumstances should any personnel come into direct contact with the SCP during these outbursts. In the event the SCP becomes aggressive, the application of lavender, El Multifilda, has been shown to produce a calming
Why
effect
did
on
you
the
read it
entity.
like you're Italian? It's Latin, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, same
Rome.
thing.
What?
Once calmed, SCP-049 generally becomes compliant and will return to containment with little resistance.
Italians are screaming right now. They're so angry, all three of them.
Do I care?
Damn.
You know,
I
it's been a
suppose
while
free
since we had an
Italians.
international incident. Let's cause one.
I'd like to apologize for what I said about Italians last episode.
This is the perfect opportunity to have an international incident while we're fucking stranded in the desert.
Yeah, who's gonna get us? We have Un December on our side. They will surely defend us no matter what we may say.
Maybe.
We can crash at your place, right? Until we
Yeah.
get back on our feet.
Yeah, you don't mind?
Yeah, for a day.
Thanks.
Sure. In order to facilitate the ongoing containment of the SCP, the entity is to be provided the corpse of a recently deceased animal, typically a bovine or other large mammal, once every 2 weeks for study. Corpses that become instances of 049-2 are to be removed from the SCP's containment cell and incinerated. 049 is no longer permitted to interact with human subjects, and requests for human subjects are to be denied.
You know, now that they
And-
mention oh, sorry, go ahead, Wendigo.
He just wants a friend who can talk to.
Oh,
He's lonely.
I was just
Let
gonna,
him have a friend.
I was gonna say that reminds me of that like Tower of Babel SCP we read really early on that had like the talking, walking animals. Are they related in any way?
I think so.
They are.
Sure.
Dan, I didn't believe you. There was not much confidence. Ooh, temporary containment procedure update. As part of the rewrite.
Update. See Attendant 049.3. Per Containment Committee Order 049.S19.17.1. 049 is no longer permitted to interact directly with any members of Foundation staff, nor is it to be provided with any additional corpses to be used in its surgeries. This order shall persist indefinitely until such a time consensus regarding the ongoing containment of the SCP can be reached.
I'm just gonna ask what we're all thinking. What on earth do they feed this thing? I don't see any mentions of nutritional charts.
I've been going through your records. I can't find the charts.
Curious. I'm just. What does he eat? Also, how does he eat? I see the picture.
How
There's
many
like a
times a
beak.
day do we have to feed this guy?
There's like a beak in front of his mouth, and it's unclear how
Eat
much of the
bird
mouth is
food.
covered. Does the beak open?
I'd be very scared if it does.
A peck.
049 mating
I never
calls.
told you all my name.
No.
It's Bird Boy.
Oh no! Is that 049? This explains the war criminal tendencies. Oh dear.
Description. Let me describe this motherfucker. SCP-049 is a humanoid entity, roughly 1.9 meters in height, which bears the appearance of a medieval plague doctor. While the SCP appears to be wearing the thick robes and the ceramic mask indicative of that profession, the garments instead seem to have grown out of the SCP's body over time.
The
Love
robes
what
and
they say.
gloves are identical to a thick hide built up on the skin, while the mask is composed of a kind of chitin growing out of the bones of the face.
And are now nearly indistinguishable from whatever form is beneath them. X-rays indicate that, despite this, the SCP does have a humanoid skeletal structure beneath its outer layer. Let's
Gross.
peel this guy.
Yeah. I just want to see how he ticks.
I want to see how he tastes.
Wait, have they been putting anything on him when they do X-ray readings, or does he just have hella cancer right now?
He is
Don't worry about it.
simply immortal.
Oh, he's immortal? Spoiler
I don't know.
alert.
I'm immortal too.
No, you're
He
not. You died like 3
absorbed-
times.
I don't remember that.
Sorry, what were you saying, Wendigo?
he absorbs the lives of those he kills, making
Really?
him immortal. No.
Oh. I thought you were just casually spoiling the article. I believe everything you say.
The SCP is capable of speech in a variety of languages, though it tends to prefer English or medieval French.
The entity claims
Ew.
to have originated in 15th century France, though admits that it is particularly well traveled.
While the SCP is generally cordial and cooperative with Foundation staff, it can become especially irritated, or at a lot of times outright aggressive. It feels that it is in the presence of what it calls the pestilence. Although the exact nature of this pestilence is currently unknown to Foundation researchers, it does seem to be an issue of immense concern to SCP-049.
I just got a chill down my spine that made me realize how many probably stupid fucking memes there were when COVID popped up about 049. I was just like, ugh.
I am the cure.
Well, also, fun little fact I think I heard from the author, they themselves don't even know what the pestilence is. They're like, oh, that's a good theory.
I
Want to see another theory? And I was like, oh, that's a good theory, but they themselves actually don't know.
I know
what the pestilence
Tanhoney's a
is.
pestilence on me.
Really?
No, I didn't mean that. You're my best friend. I feel bad even joking about that now.
I knew that was the response I knew I'd fucking get. You're like a fucking puppet, and my entire life is the strings.
Shut up! You're just a little baby bitch. You died like
It's
3
your
times
fault.
last
It's your fault the
episode.
towers fell because you were making too many jokes and I laughed and it made me stop watching December. It's
Maybe
like,
if you hadn't
oh,
insisted you were such an expert.
fuck you.
Expert begins. That's what they say.
That's it, the podcast is over. I'm taking Discover and you can have SCP.
I was. We speaking high, Raigo. I was literally your stupid
I'm
expert
taking
bit.
half of Hamilton.
I don't know why, but it kicked in.
Top half.
It kicked in at work last week, like on Tuesday or something, and I could not stop laughing. And everyone's like, "What's wrong with you? Are you okay?" And I was like, "I can't explain it because it's buried under so many layers of outside knowledge you need to have."
Was it expert begins, expert ends?
Yeah, you were like, "Expert begins." This is what they say when I walk into the room. And it's like expert ends when I crash my fucking car into a telephone pole or whatever. It just kept going.
The SCP will become hostile with individuals it sees as being affected by the pestilence, often having to be restrained should it encounter such. If left unchecked, the SCP will generally attempt to kill any such individual. It is capable of causing all biological functions of an organism to cease through direct skin contact.
God damn.
How this occurs is currently unknown, and autopsies of the SCP's victims have invariably been inconclusive. The SCP has expressed frustration or remorse after these killings, indicating they have done little to kill the pestilence. They will usually seek to then perform a crude surgery on the corpse using the implements contained within a black doctor's bag it carries on its person at all times.
The space within this bag is seemingly anomalously large, as SCP-049 has been observed pulling objects larger than the bag itself from within it in order to operate on deceased subjects. So it's like a
We get the
bag of
baseball
holding.
bat.
Gonna need to crack
I
open
need to
the rib
tenderize the skin.
cage.
While these surgeries are not always successful, they often result in the creation of instances of 049-2. -2 instances are reanimated corpses that have been operated on by the SCP. These instances do not seem to retain any of their prior memories or mental functions, having only basic motor skills and response mechanisms. While these instances are generally inactive, moving very little and in a generally ambulatory fashion, they can become extremely aggressive if provoked, or if directed to by the SCP.
So he's like creating familiars or something? Or
It's
like
kinda, I guess.
servants? Or like minions?
-2 instances express active biological functions, though these are vastly different from currently understood human physiology. Despite these alterations, the SCP often remarks that the subjects have been cured.
Now I have a curious question. So we know like
Yeah.
682 hates humans, right?
Fucking hates them.
I wonder
Yeah.
how 682 would react to a reanimated corpse like a -2 if he would be like, you're
He'd
cool.
love it.
He'd be like, you're all right.
He'd lick you like a dog.
You're one of the good
Oh.
ones. Oh,
He'd
Lord.
let it kill it. He'd be like, only you are worthy.
Only you alone are. Oh my god, there's a 3-minute audio? How does that work?
Well, it's an audio of the interview.
Oh,
Obviously,
okay.
as we are doing a podcast, we are not going to sit here for 3 minutes and listen to it.
Okay, perfect.
Addendum 1, Discovery SCP. SCP-049 was discovered during the investigation of a series of unknown disappearances in the town of Montalban in southern France. During a
Oh,
raid on a
yeah.
local home. Yeah, in France. During a raid, I'm sorry. Oh,
Something
you got
about
moved from
je ne
Italy
sais
now
quoi.
causing an incident with France.
Can you say something in French, Wendigo?
Bonjour, je m'appelle Wendigo.
That was already better than anything Tan said in French.
Ça va?
Tan, I'm sorry.
I can speak German, slightly.
Ça va, Daniel? Ça va?
Ça va?
Guten
Ça va?
Tag, guten Tag, ich habe Tinks. Words. Ich esse Kinder.
Trinken.
There you have it. What does that mean?
I think it means drink.
No, esse means eat.
I said,
You
wait, what's the word
Yeah,
for
I heard
drink in
kinder.
German?
Did you just say you're going to eat children?
Oh, I said trinken.
No,
Not you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Undecember, who's going to let us stay in the cabin for the next year. While law enforcement, while doing a raid on a local home, because it's in France, investigators found several instances of -2, as well as the SCP itself. While law enforcement personnel engaged the hostile -2 instances, the SCP was noted as watching the engagement and taking notes in its journal. After all the instances were dispatched, the SCP willingly entered Foundation custody.
Oh, was
No.
the SCP like trying to create an army to defeat the pestilence?
Now we have an image of the guy in Gmod.
the newest French Revolution.
I'm sorry, it is a good picture. It does look like a video game screenshot of
Is
some
this
kind.
anonymous?
Oh my god.
If you've been on the internet recently, you know what Anonymous is. Here are the top 10 scurriest pranks they've ever pulled.
The following
Number 10.
The following interview was conducted by Dr. Raymond Hamhoney during the initial investigation.
Can I be 049?
What? All right, Wendigo,
Okay,
do you
what-
want to be Dr. Hamhoney?
I'm sure.
All right, I'll read the in-between bits. Interviewer,
Okay.
Dr. Raymond Ham, Site 85. Interviewee, SCP-049. Begin log.
That's what I say when I show up to my first day as a lumberjack.
Fuck you. I hate you so much, but I love you.
For God's sake.
So then, how should we begin? An introduction?
I don't think that's what it means by in French. Go ahead, Wendigo. Read your line.
Is that French? Can we get a translator?
The King's English. No need for translation, sir. I can speak it well enough.
Good. My name is Dr. Raymond Ham, and I...
Ah, Doctor. A like-minded individual, no doubt. Wherein is your speciality, sir?
Are you a fucking,
Crypto-
like, Dark Souls NPC?
Well, he is a little bit Dark Souls NPC.
Sure.
Cryptobiology. Why?
Oh. Oh, tarnished. A medical man such as myself, wonders abound. And here I worried I'd been abducted by common street thugs. I was looking around.
Looks
This
around the room.
place, then? This is your laboratory. I had wondered, as clean as it is, and with such little trace of the pestilence here.
And what do you mean?
The scourge, the great dying. Come now, you know the,
Taps temple furiously.
Sorry, it was me tapping my temple furiously.
Ah, thank you.
What is it they call it? No matter. The pestilence. Yes, it abounds outside these walls, you know. So many have succumbed, and many more will continue to. Until such time as a perfect cure can be developed.
Leans back. Never mind, you've got this. Please continue.
Fortunately, I am very close. It is my duty to rid the world of it, you see. The cure to end all cures.
When you say the Great Dying, are you referring about the bubonic plague?
I don't know what that is.
I see. Right. The entities our agents encountered at the house. They were dead when you encountered them, yes? And you reanimated them?
In a manner of speaking. You see things too simply, Doctor. Expand your horizons. Life and death, sickness and health, these are amateur terms for amateur physicians. There is only one ailment that exists in the world of men, and that is the pestilence. And nothing else. Make no mistake, they were very ill. All of them.
They just had a cold.
You think you cured those people?
Indeed, my cure is most effective.
The things recovered were not human.
That was the sound of me glaring. Yes, well, it is not a perfect cure, but that will come with time and further experimentation. I've spent a lifetime developing my methods, Dr. Ham, and will spend a lifetime more, if necessary. Now, we have wasted too much time. There's work to do. I will require a laboratory of my own, one where I continue my research unimpeded. And assistance, of course, though I can provide those on my own in time.
I don't think our organisation will be willing to.
Nonsense! We are all men of science. Fetch your coat and show me to my quarters, Doctor.
No, you got
Our
this.
work begins now. End log. That's what I say when I fucking cut down a tree.
When I process lumber. Interviewer's note. While SCP-049 is capable of communicating in a very human way, debatable, there's a strange sense of unease
Because
that
I'm
one
voicing him.
that one experiences when in its presence. Make no mistake, there's something very uncanny about this entity indeed. Additionally, we've confiscated that pointed stick that SCP-049 keeps waving around. Part of this was due to standard confiscation protocols for the possessions of anomalies, in part because 049 really is a menace swinging it around like he does. The entity was displeased at first, but after we made some concessions in providing it with test subjects, which are admittedly more for the benefit of our own research, it warmed up to the idea. Alright, how about you resume being a reader, Tan?
Yeah. So just to make sure we have been doing this properly, like, we're doing this through OBS right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, the
It's not-
audio's all messed up. No, I'm kidding. It's fine.
I just had a moment of terror there. I was like, should I have been recording? Addendum
that's
2,
fine.
observation log. This is me when I'm trying to find the best cutting angle for my lumberjack career.
This is
My
my new
lumberjack
favorite bit.
episode. Damn you, Tanhoney, you've got that lumberjack song stuck in my head now. It was like Monty
Lumberjack
Python.
song?
The famous lumberjack song, you didn't know?
Link it. I
It's
don't
the
know
Monty
it.
Python.
Oh.
While in containment at Site 19, the SCP has spent a considerable amount of time studying and performing surgery on the various mammalian corpses it provided. The SCP will routinely spend several days performing surgery, and then, regardless of whether or not the corpse becomes an instance of Dash-2, spending several more days documenting its findings in a thick leather journal stored within its doctor's bag. SCP-049 will often seek to share its findings with members of Foundation staff. The following is a log of several occasions during which the SCP was observed operating on a mammalian corpse. Try popcorn too, or one of you dear people?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Wendigo, do you want to do this in
Excellent.
a gauntlet? I can take the first one, then you, and we'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
Alright.
With
I'll start then. Observational log 049.OL.1 Summary. Subject 49. Preface: a test subject, D85123, was introduced into SCP-049's containment cell. The entity expressed sincere gratitude towards all members of the containment and research staff. Observation notes. SCP-049 began by asking D85123 several standard medical questions as it began removing tools from its bag. Shortly after finishing its preparations, the SCP quickly closed the distance between the two, killing the subject with a touch to its throat. Afterwards, SCP-049 made a number of considerable alterations to the basic structure of the subject's corpse, often introducing fluids from within its bag into the subject by way of a hand-powered pump and copper tubing. The resulting Dash-2 instance became animated, flailing and grasping at the walls of the chamber with a number of manufactured limbs, while moaning out of an oblong orifice now present in its sternum. During this time, 049 was observed taking notes of the instance in its journal, and remarking to the watching research staff about the efficacy of its cure.
You guys seeing this shit?
Oh, I'm fucking amazing. Security personnel entered the chamber to move 049 back to containment and were attacked by the instance. The security team dispatched the 049-2 instance, and 49 returned to containment with no resistance, stating that it was pleased with the results. Alright, Wendigo?
Hey, I got a tiny one. Observation log 049.OL.2 Summary. Subject SCP-049. Preface. SCP-049 was provided the corpse of a recently deceased ghost. Ghost? Goat.
Oh my god. That is a good sample.
A deceased ghost is when the ghost passes on.
SCP-049 expressed gratitude at the provisions. Observation notes. SCP-049 operated on the goat corpse for several days, eventually resulting in instance of SCP-049-2. SCP-049 expressed pleasure in this outcome, although admitted the disease was still in its nascent state. My veterinarian practice is rudimentary, but a patient responded well to the procedure.
So I just had an idea, Tan. I don't know if anyone's done this in fiction before, I'm sure, but... so, you know there's that idea of, like, ghosts passing on?
Yeah.
What if when a ghost or spirit passed on, it left behind, like, the spiritual equivalent of a corpse?
Interesting.
Like, in the spirit world, that could be used to power
For
things,
purposes.
or examined, or studied. I don't know. It was just a stupid idea.
It's a cool idea.
Oh, thank you.
Very good.
Oh.
Observational log 049.OL.
Hey, don't know?
Yeah?
You're gonna be okay.
Thanks.
It's okay, Darnell. We're
Me-
here for you.
My therapist when I
You're
walk
gonna
into the
make
room. Observational log 049.OL.3 Summary. Subject, SCP-049. Preface. The SCP was provided the corpse of a recently deceased orangutan. 049 expressed noted gratitude at the provision due to the similarities between the orangutan and common human physiology. Observation notes. 049 spent several days operating on the orangutan, reanimating it several times. However, the SCP appeared to be discontent with the results it experienced, returning to the creature 3 times after its initial reanimation for additional work. After it was unable to reanimate the corpse a 5th time, 049 turned the corpse over to Foundation staff for incineration, stating, "I have learned so much from this, though I fear my early optimism was misplaced. I hadn't yet come across such a stumbling block on my road to the cure. More subjects like this would do a great deal in advancing my research."
Observation log 049 OL 7 full. Subject SCP-049. Preface. SCP-049 was provided the corpse of a recently deceased bovine. SCP-049 expressed mild annoyance to its provision, though accepted it nonetheless.
SCP-049 had stated its desire to work on human subjects several times between this occasion and the earlier provision of an orangutan, noting its discontentedness when they would not be provided.
Observation note. SCP-049 spent several days operating on the bovine corpse, breaking only to dine on a requested dinner of thin crackers, salty pork, and hard cheese. Hey, it sounds like my type of food.
It's like, what do you call that kind of platter? Where it's like the cheeses and the salamis? Deli platter? Maybe.
Yeah, you got it.
SCP-049 has expressed that it does not require sustenance, but enjoys it, and feels that the food helps to put it in the right mind to operate.
Beginning first by embalming the corpse, SCP-049 was observed producing a number of long syringes from its bag, each containing a different dark, viscous fluid.
Yeah.
SCP-049 described these fluids as essential of the humours, and elaborated by saying the pestilence may bring about systemic imbalance. In such a case, before true healing can begin, one must find the humours in balance, or the body will reject the cure.
SCP-049 added to this statement by saying, "This is, of course, elementary knowledge for the practical physician. I would have thought you would have learned this during your education."
Sir, I am taking A-level biology, and I've never heard of any of
You
this.
don't know about the humors?
The humors? There's chuny humor, there's relatable humor, there's edgy humor, there's random humor. What's another humor, Tan? There's the humor of hitting Tan's face with a baseball bat.
Why did you do that? Why do you even joke about that?
It would
Is
be...
like violence against me on your mind?
Yeah, constantly.
There's a humour about enzymes. That's all we do. It's just enzymes everywhere.
Yeah, that's about right for biology.
And the heart. We get to dissect a heart.
It's fun.
Yeah. And we're going to dissect a heart in a few weeks.
Just wait till you get to
You
dissect a pig fetus.
Make sure you're not the lowest ranking student at that point, because things happen when it comes time to collect the heart.
Made for a tasty snack. Over the next few days, SCP-049 spent a considerable amount of time adjusting the organs of the bovine corpse with a number of large metal instruments. After 8 days, SCP-049 produced a lightning rod, which Dr. Ham exchanged for an electrical cattle prod attached to an extension cord, and struck the corpse in several locations. This action seemingly had the effect of reanimating the bovine, which once again became
Ambulatory.
yes, despite the inversion of the head and reiteration of its limbs.
So, ambulatory is a word that I've come across, but I'm looking it up real quick.
It means like move around.
Yeah, related to or adapted for walking.
Yeah.
Alright, follow-up
Okay.
interview. Are you guys ready to resume your star notes or roll zone?
Yeah.
Okay. Follow-up interview.
Oh.
Begin log. That's what
This
they
is me when
say.
I go to the bathroom.
Damn it!
What's you-
that's a gross one.
Why? Can I go home,
Yeah,
please?
This is your
you're
home.
allowed to leave now.
Get out of my house. Go.
No, we need you to defeat December.
Please, it's
At-
so cold outside.
At least come back to the loop with us and destroy December during the comment reading.
No, out, get out.
Hold on, I'm the one with the shotgun now.
Wait, no.
Maybe this is my house. Who knows?
Listen.
You can say.
I didn't want it to result to this, but you better keep reading. And I pull out a finger gun and pretend it is as effective as a
Don't
shotgun.
do heartbeat shotgun on you.
No, the heartbeat shotgun.
Let's just say you don't want to mess with that guy who's worked with
Keep
Skepper
reading like a
before.
much. Let's be calm about this.
Okay. We watched you work for several weeks now, and honestly, I'm not sure I understand what you're doing. Can you please describe your process in detail?
This is a novelist coming to us after editing the videos.
Oh, I love it.
Oh goodness, no, the process is most intensive. As I said to your assistant, the best instruction you'll find about my methods are here in my journals. as I have kept exhaustive records of my work there.
Notably, SCP-049's journals are not written in any known language, and attempts by linguists and codebreakers to decipher them have been unsuccessful.
Bad handwriting.
Damn.
I see. My concern, Doctor, is that we still understand what you're seeking to cure, or how it manifests, or how turning these creatures into quasi-living mindless drones helps in that effort.
You do not understand the pestilence. Even after all this time. Doctor! Is an unspeakable horror. One that has shown its true face many times before and will again. I find myself blessed with the wisdom and good senses needed to root it out and destroy it, but many like yourself cannot. It is a cruel judgment, I fear, to be at the mercy of a disease you cannot fully comprehend.
Still does not answer my question. How is your cure any kind of cure at all?
It is a cure. You may laugh at my efforts if you please, but do not besmirch the good name of scientific progress that has developed this great mercy. What you so short-sightedly see here is a life better than any this creature could have hoped for, stricken as it was with pestilence. This creature is now clean, unable to spread the pestilence, and free from the terror it would have experienced otherwise.
This is hardly a creature at all, Doctor. It's not even.
Do not joke with me, sir! You and your colleagues are like so many others, unable to look past minor setbacks, see salvation taking place before your very eyes. Do you wait to remove rotten timbers until the whole collapses on top of you? No! You find them and you pull them out and replace them with those untouched by rot. And most of all, you do not simply mark the structure because it now looks different to you. It is strong. It is free of disease.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to agitate you. I'm just trying to understand.
Yes, well, do mind your words in the future, Doctor. I am professional. Even professionals may feel the bite of pride in dealing with criticism of their masterpiece. I will forgive this as an act of good faith between colleagues.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that will be all. Another test subject on the usual schedule. You know my preference of subjects of more human anatomies.
End log.
And that's me when I
Pinch the
start a
butt
forest
cheeks.
fire intentionally.
Oh. Thought you were going to continue your... Attending researchers note. SCP-049 does seem to genuinely want to help other humans, though it has not yet been able to provide a concrete example of what exactly it is trying to save us all from. I've watched it now over several weeks, and while the outcomes do not seem to ever change, 049 continues to claim that it is growing closer to its perfect cure. I think the entity may be more aware of the reality of these outcomes than it would like us to think. Tanhood.
Addendum 3, 04-16-2017 incident. Starting shortly after the SCP's initial containment, Dr. Ham conducted a number of interviews with the subject regarding its anomalous properties, and over time began to note its displeasure of its subjects in the -2 instances. This continued for a period of several months, during which the SCP never exhibited any aggressive behaviours. On April 16, 2017, as Dr. Ham was entering the SCP's test chamber to conduct another routine interview, the entity began to grow anxious and asked Dr. Ham if he was feeling well. Following protocol, Dr. Ham reminded the SCP that the interview was required, after which the entity became hostile and attacked Dr. Ham, killing him. Due to a lapse in security protocol, and because Dr. Ham did not activate the in-chamber emergency system, Dr. Ham's corpse was not discovered until 3 hours later, by which point the SCP converted it into an instance of -2.
That's sad.
In the aftermath of this incident, SCP-049 was interviewed by Dr. Theron Sherman.
Did the Sherm voice this?
Probably.
That's fun. Can I be Dr. Sherman?
Yeah, you
Alright.
can do an impression of Sherman.
No, I'm just going to do my normal voice because I don't
Okay.
exactly remember what he sounds like and I don't want to be offensive. So I'm just going to be me.
You gonna be mean?
No, I'm
Jesus.
just going to be
That's
me.
why you like the guy.
M-E.
So mean.
Alright. Interviewer, Dr. Theron Sherman, Site 42. Interviewee, SCP-049. Begin log. I need you to explain yourself. SCP-049, you are being directed to explain your actions, and I will remind
This
you...
is me when I plant a tree. Begin log.
that-
Sorry, I was trying to think of one.
like, already started.
Yeah. Please resume.
And I will remind you that failure to cooperate will result in further restrictions during your containment.
My actions do not need to be explained.
You killed Raymond Ham and then butchered him until he...
Not dead. Not dead. He is cured.
Cured of what?
The pestilence, sir. I thought you at least would realize what look it is. I detected it before.
What? Pestilence! You keep going on and on about this pestilence, but you've not once been able to properly identify this disease. What could you have possibly seen in him today that you had not seen so many times before, that it would be worth his life?
The pestilence presents and progresses in unforeseeable fashions and has a queer way of creeping into the unprepared and... Call it what you want, Doctor. It was a mercy I did to him. He is cured.
He is a vegetable.
I would not expect you to understand. You and your ilk, proven time and time again to be not men of science, but men of emotion. You cannot appreciate the horrors I have seen. Those many millions who have succumbed to the pestilence and been changed.
Your cure cost Ray his life.
No, good sir. I have saved it. You would allow this world to slip back into the despair of disease and death, ignoring that I have created a miracle. And
what disease? What pestilence? He was a healthy man. He was a good doctor.
I'm offering it freely to the afflicted. You are not worth this argument, sir. You are short-sighted and foolish. Dr. Ham was sick. I cured him. I am the only one who can do this. My work must continue. There is so much still to learn. So much
I've had enough of this. Consider your allowances revoked. Welcome to Containment 049. We're done here.
And others can be saved. Even you, though you do not deserve it, might be saved. I can save them all. I can cast down this plague once and for all. I can do this. Only me. I saved him, Dr. Ham. I cured him. He was sick. I know he was sick. I know he was. And you were all sick, but I can save you. I can save all of you because I am the cure.
End log.
That's me when I kill my beloved Logina.
Dental 049.
Oh, how many times is it going to begin and end log? I'm running out of them.
4. Post-incident report interview. The following interview is an excerpt from the 4/16/17/049 incident report. The interview was conducted by Dr. Elijah Itkin and took place 3 weeks after the start of the initial investigation. Do you want to be Elijah Wendigo?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it. Oh, sorry. Date, 5/7/17. Interviewer, Dr. Elijah Itkin. Interviewee, 049. Begin log.
This is me when I start transcribing an interview.
For God's sake. SCP-049, we are conducting this interview to close out our investigation of your actions taken on April 16th that resulted in the death of a staff member. Do you have any comments to make?
Only that I look forward to the day when you will allow me to resume my work. I've spent the last few weeks compiling my notes and constructing a new theory for how the pestilence was able to infect someone in such an insidious manner that I nearly couldn't detect it.
Have you experienced remorse for your actions? For the death of Dr. Ham?
Yes, well, the death of a colleague is always regrettable, but in the face of the pestilence you must be swift, Doctor, and act without hesitation.
Dr. Sherman noted in his report that you seemed to be mournful during your initial interview.
Well, perhaps I had not thought that. It is lamentable that a fellow doctor became infected, but the work continues. Regrettable as it was, Dr. Ham's death provided important insight. Living human subjects are the only way to proceed forward, I'm decided. My cure is of little use on dead flesh, and I have gleaned all I can from your generous supply of corpses. My desires turn towards tending to those still living who suffer from the disease.
I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed.
Oh, Doctor, I wouldn't be so sure.
And it leads to another article.
Also leads to
I'm gonna get what?
end log. That's me when I close out my article.
Nice. I'm gonna give this one an upvote. Well, I'm gonna sign in the Wikidot first, and then I'm gonna give it an upvote. This was probably improved by the rewrite. I never read the original because for like a Series 1 SCP, it's pretty well written.
It was a pretty substantial rewrite.
Yeah, so I'm giving this an upvote. I'm going to give this a solid 12 out of 10. It was like a nice medium-sized article, not too short, not too long. It had a really cool concept. I like that it leaves it open-ended. Like, is there really some sort of like anomalous pestilence we can't detect? Is 049 just like a crazy plague doctor that's anomalous and is convinced there's a pestilence? I like that they kind of shut him off and are starting to treat him like a real SCP. It also shows a little bit more of a human side to the Foundation, because usually they're the ones who are like cold and don't care about casual loss of life, which is an interesting, angle that we haven't seen in a while. I still don't think, the Foundation overall is like a good organization by any means, but it's nice to see them shown in a little bit more of like a realistic light like that. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And I might even go back on my own time and listen to the logs just to hear the voice acting, because I'm sure there was a lot of work put into that. And also, this made me want to have Fisherm on again at some point. Those are my thoughts. How about you, Indigo? How do you feel? What's your rating?
I feel like 049 is just an absolute fan favorite. So like, yeah, I really love the concept. I've always loved play doctors and stuff. But in my opinion, he's got. It is more of a visual thing, but I think he's got almost too modern of a play doctor design. When like the actual play doctor stuff are more like leather, grungy looking mask, not this fine porcelain.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I like the character. I like the idea of, is he crazy or is there actually something evil out there? Like whether it be like how you interpret it, like free will, he's curing people of free will to take them to mind the zombies and stuff. Just yeah.
What's your rating out of 10? Up to 13.
Yeah, 10.
10 out of 10? No bonus stars?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Just nothing's perfect in this world.
What's your opinions on the article, Tan?
It's a classic, like has been said. Cannot be denied. My only little quibble is like the ambiguousness is a good part, a good aspect of the article, but it feels a little bit forced. Like we said earlier, you really don't feel like the author knows what it is.
Yeah, and I also I don't know if maybe in Modern Foundation they would be so willing to let him cook, so to speak, for so long without any proof of existing.
Yeah.
That being said, I know you said there was a second article, but we're 47 minutes in, so how short is your second article?
It's pretty short.
All right, let's do it then. Give me that.
This is SCP-049-J, the Plague Fellow.
Oh, no! The little guy.
Is this gonna be like those fucking like little Fate April Fool's drawings?
Nah. There's a little historic drawing of an actual plague doctor.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
you can see an image here of SCP-049-J revealing very bird face.
Who wrote this one?
DJ Cactus.
Nice. Alright, let's do it.
Let's just jump right in. Item number 049-J, level 3 confidential. Containment class E Euclid. Destruction class Vlam. Risk class Caution.
Oh, I can't believe you didn't say Cottian. I like Cottian.
Special containment procedures. SCP-049-J is contained not at Site 19, not Site 101, not at Site 17, not at Site 81, not at Site 13. Special restricted, high security, top secret MK Ultra Area Region landmass 101.5 WFML near Richmond, Virginia. SCP-04... Sorry, I can't tell you guys the states
I
apart.
won't make fun of you for not knowing the states because you're in the UK, but that's Virginia.
Virginia. You mean...
It's on the East Coast.
New Edinburgh.
It's actually where I assumed Malerna City was, because you mentioned it was like an East Coast area. I assumed it was in Virginia or Maryland.
Virginia, just like that new character from Sons of the Forest.
No spoils. I haven't gotten to play Sons of the Forest yet, but I really want to get it when it's
Don't spoil the plot of Sons of the Forest, please.
It's amazing in the trailers.
Yeah, I didn't watch the trailers either, but you're good. I'm going to pick it up when it's on sale.
Yeah, fair enough.
SCP-049-J is permitted to leave its holding cell only under supervision of two.
During the development of SCP-049-J's containment procedures, while the two guards discussed whether it might be more appropriate than, I assume, the Japanese or Chinese character for 2 for use in the documentation, 049-J hastily climbed out a window and descended a fire escape.
Guards armed with AR-15 rifles and stun batons. Due to olfactory concerns with staff assigned to the SCP, the entity is no longer allowed to remove its mask.
Design.
description.
Oh
The
wait, no,
SCP
I
is a-
completely misunderstood what you read. I thought it said due to design concerns, but it was olfactory, like smelling.
Yeah, because he's a stinky guy.
Yeah.
Little
Description.
stinky man.
The SCP is a humanoid entity wearing the period-appropriate garb of a medieval plague doctor. Further analysis of SCP-049-J has revealed that under its robes, the entity is composed mostly of moss, wads of tissue, and other smaller plague doctor masks. It is generally compliant with Foundation staff, but will sometimes lie and occasionally sweat profusely for no reason whatsoever. During the SCP's time in Foundation custody, it was continually claimed to be a powerful magical doctor wizard, capable of curing that which ails mankind. To date, it has been unable to cure literally anything, and typically only exacerbates conditions considerably. While this alone would not be enough for the Foundation to hold the SCP indefinitely as an anomalous entity, it is also proven capable of somehow always evading capture and escaping Foundation sites after its true lack of capabilities are revealed. Because of this, and because of staff's unwavering curiosity as to whether it has any of the self-proclaimed magical healing abilities it describes, Dash J is to be housed and treated as an anomalous entity.
Can I be the Dash J version of 049?
Sure.
Yes.
Do you want to be Dr. Baker Wendigo?
Yeah, 1 second.
They're getting away.
In December's left us! Quick, get the lasso!
Hello? What did I just come back
I
to?
pulled you back in
Oh,
with
you
a
can
lasso
escape,
because
huh?
you tried to escape. Do you want to be Dr. Baker?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Begin log.
Oh my god, it's Tom Baker.
Oh my god.
Tanhoney, I said begin log.
Bacon
Oh.
Paul.
What of it?
Hello, SCP-049-J. Welcome to.
I am a doctor.
Yes, I'm aware. We're just
He's
doing
a
this as a.
doctor.
I have the cure.
Well,
You're so high pitched, it's like not the first half of the sentence isn't coming up.
I have the cure.
well,
There you go.
yes, we'll get to that. First off, can you tell me your name?
Yes, quite very well. I have the cure, good sir. Indubitably, yes, I am a doctor.
What?
Bring me to the patient. I will heal them. Gestures with pointed doctor stick.
Jesus, what the fuck? Watch where you're swinging that.
I am the cure.
What in the world are you? Oh, I get it. You're some sort of moron, aren't you?
No, good sir, I am most effective. I mean my cure. I am the cure, very effective, the most, because I am a doctor.
Right. We're going to look at this. Look into that. Let's some help, please.
We are here. Here's a patient on the table.
So this patient
Yes, the pestilence, yes. I can smell it.
has a sore throat. We are wondering if you know any cures to fix that ailment.
Yes, of course. I am a doctor, after all. Dig, 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 dig.
Need any help over there?
No, here's not the cure. I am the cure. Yes, this will do the trick.
That's a shoe.
Yes,
And that will heal this person.
it is the cure.
Alright, go ahead. What the fuck are you doing? How is this supposed to help?
After a moment, the entity stops. The patient lies mutilated and dead on the tabletop.
What the f was that?
Patient is healed.
What? No, she's not. You crushed her throat with a shoe.
No, patient is very well now. Yes, I'm the cure.
Look at all this blood. The moral word,
Atrocities.
yes. Moral atrocities aside, this is going to take hours to clean up. You killed a person.
No, they are cured. Yes, watch. Hello, yes, I am the patient, good sir, and I am cured most effective. Thank you, doctor. You did a good job. You are the best doctor.
Now, look here. I see your hand down there. I know this isn't the patient talking. What is this supposed to be?
Oh, look, more pestilence over there.
Wait, what? Oh fuck, he's gonna go again. God damn it.
Post-incident visual show the SCP making a brisk escape through a side door. Additional footage gathered from a nearby town shows the SCP stopping at a hardware store to pick up a pointed wooden doctor stick. A pointier wooden doctor stick.
And in the distance, you hear him go, "Bird boy!"
The time to get out there.
End log. Alright, 13 out of 10. That was very funny and cute. Upvote.
15 out of 10. I love him.
Yeah. He's something alright.
Tan's afraid to give a rating up higher than 10. He doesn't
Well,
have the bravery.
It's not from our bravery, it's out of 10, so
All right.
I'm not going to get into it, but
Well, that's all right then. So we're gonna read the comments, and what I mean by that is you're going to battle and kill December for us while we read the comments. Is that okay now?
have fun.
All right.
Yes,
let me just go ahead
cracks
and read-
knuckles.
Look, he's over there. See that shadow consuming the horizon?
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
I am December. I love
Oh my
consuming.
god, he would say that.
That's his favorite word. All right, hurry, go to battle. And almost put in epic battle clashing sound effects as we read, but like
Very
enough
quietly
that
in the background.
yeah, that it doesn't overlap our audio. Crowcat says, November's promise is following you all the time. I poof in front of you, striking a little pose. Avengers? Endgame? Those were lyrics from the hit song Seasons by Nelward, and the first piece of the puzzle to defeating December.
On December, are you getting this? You gotta have the hit song Seasons by Nelward.
The second piece lies in Undecember's, the 13th Gregorian general's, real name, and hints to their current location. Seoul. That's real.
I just realised this desert is on the surface of the sun.
That's real. Look up 13-month calendar on Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Smile. Good luck to you both on your journey. You're gonna need it. Strikes another little pose and poofs away. Poofs back. Password, I don't want to think about what a Foundation E-girl would be. Poofs
It's not an
away.
acceptable answer. On December, get rid of Crowcat as well while you're fighting.
Oh my god. You didn't have to murder him so brutally. Jesus, Wendigo. Oh my god.
Don't worry, he'll be back in the next loop.
Teeth says, finally caught up and moved into Tanhoney Tower. I can't wait to see all my friends and explore the place more. Wait, why is everyone running? Guys? Oh god, the floor is crumbling. Gets crushed by December. Rises from the dead casually. I think the e-girl persona would definitely be an anime VTuber Catgirl with the most annoying uwu voice imaginable. She Twitch streams, and her chat tells her all the juicy anomaly gossip. I mean, how is she supposed to be collecting all the intel without a sick rig? It's just impossible, cat face. Signed Teeth. Someone signing their own comment. I don't know. That's very funny.
Yours faithfully.
Nox Stella says, yes, I love the lore. Just please don't fling us viewers out of the tower during your confrontation.
Grabs you by the
Smile."
collar and throws you into the battle.
We don't have time for your questions.
Help
Finally,
in the
some
fight. You're the healer.
December.
Grab a sword.
I grab a shield. I'm confused.
Like, there's a fight against December is like an MMO fight.
Quick, Wendigo, what's your
Right.
ultimate move?
Shotgun.
Oh, just a real one?
A silver shotgun.
You may be able to parry my sword, but can you parry this?
December looks pleadingly. Shactalia says, was not expecting Jordan Peterson SCP. Password, the Foundation's e-girl is a cute anime girl with pink hair and wears a sexy scientist outfit. Her name is Dr. Sakura-chan Pinky. She makes daily posts and sometimes videos in her VTuber form about her time in the Foundation and what goes on there, but the way she talks is in Uwu language. What e-girl has ever used Uwu language? What is going on, Dan?
None of you guys know what an e-girl is.
I don't know anything about e-girls. Is this... Oh, fair enough. You get a pass, Shithalia. Dino Tales says, glad that my boon was able to help you guys with December. That's all the help you're getting from me, by the way. Password, the SCP Foundation's e-girl is a special AI construct made using the data collected from several thousand e-girl videos, forced into a physical form. She's loyal, stern, and knows her job. But even the most well-programmed AIs can be swayed with the offer of unimaginable power and a chance to be set free. I'm kind of interested in this concept now. Oh my god.
Seduced by Amogus Wrath.
Meep Meep says, hello for Monday yet again. This is the FBI. Open up. Don't believe that.
Sure.
That's just a trick of
They can
December.
help in the fight. Throws them into the battlefield.
Finally, some more reinforcements.
Give some ads.
Banker Paul says, fucking epic. Password, the Foundation's e-girl is just Cassie. They don't need anything else.
True.
Fun fact of the week, Crowcat originated from the second loop, where he took the form of a yellow fourth-dimensional being, partially intersecting with the lower dimensions. This week on DSCP News, there's an aetheral space... These are all, out of the, this has all already happened. There's an aetheral space hiatus. How will the fans get by without this steady flow of nourishment? Will they adapt and survive, or will they succumb to the vicious cycle? The last episode of...
Perish.
Perish indeed. The last episode of Havoc Moon was announced, a special 3.5-hour finale to bring the series to a close. 3
I've
years...
heard as well.
3 years of the current loop have passed. Our hosts have fled, using us for our boons and abandoning us, leaving us to the mercy of December. They live on in their bliss with our facsimiles as we writhe in his darkness. But as one born with a sucking void, I know such forces can be manipulated. Enough of us has been taken in now. If we will it, we can take his darkness as our own. Wield it. And with its power, we can enact our will on the outside. Use the wrong "it's" there, idiot. Traverse this temporal patchwork, and force those who have forgotten us to remember. Dawn of the first day. 26,298 hours remain. Solstice WW says, Tanhoney, Darnell, if you're both still alive to read this, congrats on the big milestone.
Wrong year, by the
30
way.
years. Yeah, it
That's
is. Oh, where the time goes. Wrong goes, by the way. Just
Jesus,
dicks
leave me
now.
alone.
For the worst. Tanhoney, I must admit, when I first played the first episode, I was almost immediately repulsed by the hellish sounds of your accent. Simply
Actually,
vile.
keep going. Keep making fun.
But then Darnell, like a beacon in the night, brought me back and saved the show for me, and I've come to tolerate that nightmarish sound. Darnell, when are you and Cactus going to release your collab article, It Only Gets Milkier, featuring your Hamilton... No.
Interesting.
Anyways, guys, it's been a great show. Keep up the great work. P.S. Tanhoney, why are you British?
I
This
just
is hate against British people.
Good.
this is a hater.
I'm going to stop fighting December, and now I'm going to fight you.
No! Focus on the enemy! I throw Solstice out the window. There, he's gone. See? MT says,
Fine.
hope you get the job, Tanhoney. I'm also working
See, this is
in
the
a
kind
new
of support I
place."
look for in my viewers.
And being an introvert. I really hate interviews. Well, at least I got the job. On another
Got
note,
my job.
yeah, you did. On another note, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I have ADHD. I haven't consulted a doctor, but I do have a lot of the symptoms. This also might be the reason that I get mentally and physically sick when I play or watch story-driven games for more than an hour. Though it doesn't explain how I was able to binge through DSCP in 2 months. Hyperfixation.
It's not story driven. That's why.
Yeah. Hey, says you. Fuck you. We are masters of our craft. I can watch Markiplier's Raft series, but not the Callisto. Also love the artwork. Who made such a masterpiece? I must have this framed. Aw, talking about your thumbnail, Tan.
Yeah.
Guare SCP says, a really fun episode. You all made me laugh a lot. Also, the Gregorian Generals is probably the best recent addition to the channel's lore. I hope this bit continues for a long time. Not if Undecember has anything to say about it.
There'll only be a bit of us left if it's up to him.
JTKC says, the immense anger in me when I heard Tanhoney say, well, I'm looking for viewer recommendations, but I can't find any. I'm going to cry and shit myself. I'm going to skip over those recommendations. Password to the Foundation PsyOp E-Girl would literally just be those TikTok US Army girls, but in an MTF uniform or in a researcher lab coat. Seems like a cool story for a broken masquerade tale. I'm really loving this podcast lore stuff and how the weird story's going to go. What I find most interesting is how you fucks think it's possible to escape December. The infinite black hatred won't be stopped by your idiotic boons. The festering and writhing mass trapped under the Tanhoney Towers, like the waste in the septic tank you didn't bother to clean, is free unto this timeline. If your precious August couldn't stop me, what gives you hope? He reveals
Oh my
himself.
god, he's speaking.
The Tanhoney mobile stalls as December manages to grab hold. It pulls the vehicle closer and consumes it whole. No! I break free from December's grasp. The world seems clearer than it has in a long time. The tentacle holding the car is sliced in half by a flying serving dish. April, the waitress, barely standing, gives you a thumbs up before facing the Dark General once more. While the sun may set at the end of the day, the darkness of December is never eternal. Go forth and find the 13th month before it's too late, and bring about the new dawn. How do I know this? Well, the J stands for January, after all. The first and fourth month face to buy at least a few precious seconds. Have a good week, guys. Sayonara. No! January, please!
No!
I can't believe this. Couldn't be bothered with a name. Sitting on an old rocking chair outside the shack that's located in the forest that used to be outside Tanhoney Towers. Oh, that old tower finally crumbles. It's been up for ages, before my time at least. But to see it crumble, it's almost melancholy to see it go. Oh, sorry, didn't see you two there. You need a place to recover after that tower fell? You can always stay in my cabin. It ain't got much, but it's something. The SCP Foundation's E-Girl? Oh, you mean Patty? My son used to watch her before he was dragged off into the night by one of those critters that lurk in these woods. I assume they were attracted to the tower, but now that I think about it, they might have been attracted to something much more powerful. Oh, sorry, I was monologuing, but back to Patty. By the looks of it, the skippers call her SCP-6930 if you're looking for a number. Not much to say about it besides that. Can we read that next week, Tan? Please. Tan.
Sure.
Yes, he promised. He'll remember, Shirley.
Surely I always honor the recommendations.
The Harbringer says, and then there were expunged for the redacted, scattered and sundered to the removed, and the data lost with unknown lay, the redacted with the first of the great expunged. The data lost
like Dark Souls intro law.
removed, between the unknown and the
Lords
redacted,
go without thrones.
giving rise to expunged, resting in different expunged, and at the end of all of expunged, curled the unknown of the redacted until the misstep of a data lost revealed redacted. And of course there was the redacted, but of them we will not speak. That's pretty hard. Sobek says, August may be gone, but that means nothing. We can rebuild him, bring him back stronger, faster, Auguster. I stand back from the keyboard, revealing August, just a torso floating in a vat of green fluid. Oh shit, he's coming back next episode. Grave Anti-Loss is still waiting for
It's like one of the
$4.99.
recent Marvel post-credit scenes. It's like, oh my god, they're introducing August 2 from the comics!
Comedy Man Kelp says, December stands over August, the executioner, preparing to deliver the final blow against his old nemesis, and finish this once and for all. As Tanhoney, Darnell, the waitress, Anomalous, the bowler, Hamilton, the world-eating bird, and myself, and
What
in
in the bird?
December,
Even Heek was defeated?
lie across the room. December. And with this, it ends. Suddenly, December is shot in the back of the head by an unknown assailant. The monthly menace falls to the ground to reveal Captain Sweden Jones brandishing the fabled lung-beat shotgun. Would you do the honors, Dan?
Happy New Year, boys!
Oh shit! We did it!
We did it.
He's gone?
Stop, we did it!
In December, quick, gobble up his corpse.
Oh my god.
And
so
with
brutal.
that, now you are the new December. Welcome.
I
Well,
harness
Unfortunately, you do realise you will now be sealed underneath the new Tannen Towers.
power. No, I didn't agree to this. No,
I start chanting the spell as chains wreathe
No.
around your body.
No,
Tanhoney,
You
activate
will pay for
that
this.
You
jutsu.
fulfilled your purpose to the very
I
end.
saved you and you repay me with this. I will have my revenge.
Hurry, Tanhoney, the
Okay.
finishing touches.
You don't pay a tool.
My revenge.
I slam my hands down and perform freeform alchemy, sealing you in a tomb of rock. That will be known.
No!
That will be known as Wendigo's Peak, and it has a little fucking JoJo Part 4 thing. It's like, this is where people meet their friends to go to the mall.
Yo, Wendigo.
Yo, Wendigo. The problem now is the tower's destroyed, so I think we have to take up Couldn't Be Bothered with a Names Offer and stay in the
We
cabin.
need to recruit some construction efforts. So new arc, construction arc.
Yeah, so we have the Gregorian generals, but now we need some sort of, like, construction workers. Commenters, you're all loyal, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Fetch a wheelbarrow and some cement.
The password this week is tell us what room of Tanhoney Tower you're constructing. Or floor, or whatever. How does it work again? It's floors, right?
You just do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Can
Or-
you just give me some art equipment in my dungeon?
I throw a
Drop some
Huon
pencils down.
tablet.
Woo!
Organ Stream says
You
December.
got like an actual tablet from Darnell. I just threw some pencils.
Nothing to write on.
No, it's just a tablet, no PC, no
Nothing.
plugs to plug in.
Yeah. Organ Stream
This
says...
is what makes art, right?
This is fitting after what just happened to you. Orchid to Stream says, December. I hardly knew her. And then lastly, an anomalous writer says, Metagnostic complete. Also neat victim article.
Thanks, man.
Well, guys, we did it. We defeated December.
Oh, guys, we did it. We cured the pestilence.
Wendigo will be happy to do art in their rock, I'm sure. That'll probably last a while.
We can't hear from them right now, but we're sure they're pleased.
I'm going to carve some
Okay.
runes into this rock as well, just to be safe. But I think we're all good. Wendigo, why don't you tell us what the title of this episode is for your efforts? You deserve at least that much.
Uh,
It doesn't even have to make sense. Whatever you want it to
and
be called.
December, the final artist.
Yeah, I like that. Alright, guys. Thank you all for watching so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Goodbye.
Bye.